Hello, I'm finally doing a video again here at lovely Methow Valley Airport that I can see a lot of. I am in VR, so the head tracker is totally different. That is a Bell 412, known in some circles as a Super Huey. Isn't she pretty? Twin engine. And yeah, helicopter this time. These are my hands. You can barely see them, but these are my hands with their little laser pointers. I use the laser pointers a lot because I'm sitting at a desk, and if I lean too far forward to look at things and reach too far, see, hit things. So we do a lot of flipping switches with laser pointers in this. Now, we're going to take all the covers off real quick. That one, 412. That's how I access menus. Remove before flight. Oh, look, the ground textures are back. Remove before flight. Ha! They're gone. Now, explain a couple of things. There is a stick in the helicopter known as the cyclic. The cyclic moves the blades in a cycle. See how they're twisting around independently. You can't see the fourth one on the other side, of course. Up, down, left, right. That is how you control your up and down and left and right. It's the steering, because that's my wing. That's my wing. And then there's another control called the collective. And if you watch the blades, they all move at once, the same amount. When you move the collective to move them collectively, that generates the lift that you need to go up and down. Isn't that friendly? And then on the back over there, let's get closer. Let's get closer. Boo. Yeah, see if we can see this. That is the tail rotor, the anti-torque. Because when that spins to the left, the helicopter tries to spin to the right. So you counter it with this thing. And you use your foot pedals to twist it. And that is the basic controls of the helicopter. Now we take this hand and we push the button and we go inside. Bam. This is the inside. That's Claude. Claude is the strong silent type. So he's not going to be much of a problem. See? Backseat. Comfortable as heck. Isn't it? Comfy. Yeah, sure is. I've never sat back there. I wouldn't know. I sit here. Cyclic. Collective. Torque pedals. Alright, today we are flying IFR down to Methow Valley. Notice, IFR does not mean instrument flight rules. I won't be using my fancy doohickeys. IFR in this case means I follow rivers, because we're going to go down there and go. And for our intents and purposes in this video, the military operations area is active, so we have to stay 300 feet above the ground, except right around this airport. There's one that way named a Twisp. Down that way a little bit. Anyway, I do not know why the vents are pink, or purple, or pink, or purple, or whatever. It's not a bug in the finish, because the default finish has them in purplish pink too, but see that? Ooh, it's a warm day. 31 Celsius, that's hot. This helicopter may not behave as well as I am accustomed to this helicopter behaving. Oh, and over here on the sides might be black blinky static. I haven't figured out how to get rid of that yet if I turn my head too quickly. Okay. So anyway, these are the spiffiest GPSs you've ever seen in your life. Okay, so we hit the battery buttons. Then we hit the battery relays. Turn on the inverters. Turn on the inverters. Turn on the hydraulic system. That's the governor. The throttle takes care of itself in this. There is a throttle. Is that twisty? Twist those. Then we turn on the forward tank left and the boost pump and the gas. And we watch. There we go. And then we flip. Let's put that down. No menus. We flip this switch to start. And she screams. And all of these go doogie. That one's going to come down. Blade starts spinning. And we work the throttle. Spinning. Alright, she's going. We take it off a start. Take it off a start. Turn on generator 1. Cool. Now these are touchscreen GPSs, and that's pithy. And we're going to want to go to the nearest airport and make sure we tune. Look at this. Tune the radios by tapping the screen. Oops.
Methow Valley state weather. Wind 190 at 9. Visibility more than 10.
190.
Sky conditions 10,500 view. Temperature 2.7. Altimeter 2987.
2987 on the little doohickey there. That's
Methow Valley state weather.
Yes, we heard you, darling. Now you go back and back and back. Come on, you. Put it on the map. I like to see a little ahead of myself here. Those circles are the area that the MOA is not. That rectangle there is the MOA. So we have to stay under 300 feet above the ground until we're down here somewhere. Don't worry, we'll be able to see it. Oh, don't want to have it do plan. We want to be a little closer in there, like that. Okay. And then this will set to traffic. So it's a traffic radar in case there are other planes in the area. Now, everything's normal. Full disclosure, I do not hover very well. Everything's kicking up. Temperature goes up and down. Twist the throttle, see it twisting? Twist the throttle. Let her wake up. And watch this guy. And watch this guy. Okay. Now when we turn on the other generator, one of the battery relay switches goes off. That's uneven. That's not. Okay, so up to. Flip that little switch until they're even. Okay. Ding, ding. Now we want that needle pointing just at that little green spot right there, above that red line. So we flip this little switch a couple of times, and it will slowly climb. That's the governor for you. This should stay relatively even. Everything good. Turn on the anti-collision lights because we like people to see us. This is the radar altitude, radio altitude. Like I said, we want to keep it under that 300 mark until we're out of the MOA. Turn on the backup attitude indicator, and yes, turning on autopilots. This helicopter relies on augmented stability. Okay then. We are now IFR out of the Methow Valley. Wish me luck for, like I said, I do not hover well. Up goes the collective a little bit. Light on the skids. Twist a little bit. Twist that way. Oh dear. Oh dear. No, we don't want to go sideways. We want to go that way. Alright. Now, we want to be above trees. Above trees. Yeah. Now, like I said, we're in those rings, so the sharp focus. Thank you. We are in those rings, so the MOA is not applying right now. There's a 1,500 foot allowance in those circles on the GPS timer. Okay. So this is about as high as we want to get, staying in practice. And we're going up. That one tells us how fast we're going up or down. So we are going up 500 feet per minute. We don't want that. We want to stay level if we can. Leveling a helicopter is not as easy as it sounds. There's the river we're following, IFR. Oh, we're too high. Too high. And then I'm not sure if that is the city of Twisp or the city of Winthrop. I know that the airport behind us, the Methow Valley state we just left, truck, is related to Winthrop, and then that airport right over there with the dot is Twisp. So this may be the city of Twisp. Alright. Check. Okay, there's nobody coming. We're gonna go around this way. I usually take a shortcut over that saddle there, over by the dot, but I don't feel like it today. I usually cheat and fly 500 feet too. I only recently found out that the MOA is 300 feet. I should feel sorry for the poor pixel people in these little houses I'm flying over with me going 200 feet over their house. Ha! Me loud. Turns out the majority of the volume of a helicopter is the tail rotor. 200 feet. Oh, cars. Sometimes I like to play a game with the cars called Follow That Car, where I slow down the helicopter and try to keep up with the cars going so much slower than me. Alright, we are about to properly enter the MOA. Now, I'm kind of half trying to oops. Forgot to turn off the starter. There we go. I am partially trying to keep a view where y'all can see the controls to see all the subtle little movements that go into, ooh, crap. That's a mountain. Hello, hill. 200 feet up. 200 feet up. Oh, more like 160 feet up. Okay. Whoa. Reminds me of the David Crosby song Treetop Flyer. 300 feet above the ground or less. 300 feet above the ground or less. Ooh. There's the river. We're following it. IFR. My friend Tallulah was bragging about her helicopter-y skills, and it convinced me I wanted to try. Now, I've tried helicopters before for years. I've been flight simming since like 2003, and I never got to hang helicopters. Helicopters they keep you busy. I mean, you make an adjustment on the cyclic, and that means you have to make an adjustment on the collective in order to control the altitude. That changes the torque of the rotor above your head, so you have to work the pedals. Don't have to work the pedals in this one as hard as in, say, my Huey, which I thought about flying today, but just wasn't in the mood for Huey. There's the river, the Ribby. That is the Methow River in the Methow Valley. Makes sense. We have stutter lag, 300 feet is good. Do. Now we can go over the tops of those hills provided we stay within 300 feet of the hills, but what fun is that? We get to get squirrely. Sideways. We are going to Lake Chelan Airport, code Sierra 10. And they don't have an official helipad. I like to challenge myself to try to land on their little compass thing. Look, a truck. Hello, truck. Is it a bus? It is a truck. Goodbye, truck. Anyway, back to the story. I always had trouble with helicopters, and always had trouble with helicopters, and always had trouble with helicopters. But Tallulah was having so much fun with them that I decided to go ahead and try in earnest one more time to give helicopters a go. And it kind of stuck this time, and I am 100% in love with these stupid machines. I have and may do a video of a telemed plugin that gives you a mission like a semi overturned. Ooh, 120 feet, 130 feet. And semi-overturned, and you got to go get the driver to the hospital in your helicopter. And the plug-in puts scenery on the ground. And you fly around and you look and you see the scenery, and then you land so close to the scenery, and then it takes 30 seconds and they load the patient, and then you fly them to a hospital. So far, I haven't figured out how to do hospitals properly, so what I do instead is just go from the airport to the airport and pretend they have a car. That's a weird... You're gonna hit that, dude. Spawn. Rivy. There's a bend coming up in the river over here. Stay 300, stay 300. There we go. Stay 300. And, there's a bend in the river, you can see it there, and then that line crossing the GPS. Wake up. Whoops. That line. Once we cross it, we are out of the military operations area. And the restriction to high tree 90 feet. Or was that 80? It might have only been 80. Hello, cars. Little do you know the hazard above your head. One of my favorite things about the helicopters is the fact that, to varying degrees, because like I said, this one has stability augmentation, the designers of the helicopter actually say do not fly it without. It gets squirrely without. But it makes you fly. Whee! It makes you fly the whole time. It makes you work for it. Here is the bend. In a rivy. And we are almost out of the military operations area, probably across this bend here. Well, maybe not. Close enough. Right. Well, oops, we made 350 feet. I don't know if we're actually out of the MOA yet. I would hate for an F-16 or F-18, probably F-18s, knowing the modernness of our era. Oops. Over torque. This is torque. one for the mast and one for the engine. The engine torque is off. Fix that. There we go. What a pretty, pretty place. What a pretty, pretty place. Yeah, we're out of the MOA. We can do whatever we want now. Get a little view of the world. And then we could follow the Methow Valley all the way over to the Columbia River and then follow the river up to Lake Chelan, but I discovered a secret. For those who are curious, that was the Okanagan Military Operations Area, A and B. There's an A and a B and a C, and A and B overlap here, I think. I don't have to fly this low, I just like flying this low. It's a little town over here I don't know the name of. And then there's a lake. Again, I knew the name of the lake, but I forgot the name of the lake. But there's always a tall ship in the lake. I hear my wife down the hallway. Hello, wife. That's Laura. She's not feeling all that great because of chemotherapy. And so she's kind of spending a lot of time in bed lately. See, tall ship. We're going to turn at the lake and follow that valley up. Little town. Little island. Take a look at this tall ship. For some reason they decided to sail this on this lake. Big 3-master or something. Maybe it's only two masts and a boom line thing. But yeah, what it's doing here, anybody's guess. Along with the little tiny sailboats, make that one down there. Oh, by the way, those are not guns on the nose. Those are air intake tubes for, like, airspeed, I think. I think they're pitot tubes. Pitot. Some people say pitot, some people say pitot. I say pitot. And air comes in it and compares to a static port somewhere on the side of the aircraft, and it tells us how fast we're going. Hi, Hannah.
Hello.
I love you. This is a shorter than usual video because S10 is not very far from here. And I don't know the name of this movie. Whoa! Sideways. And fast. And stuttery. Stuttery is part of the deal. Over-pedaled there. My pedals have a center detent that it is somewhat difficult to push out of, and it's an expensive and dangerous proposition to modify them to take it away. So I have not modified it to take them away. And then if you look to our left, well, kind of in front of us, we should at some point be able to see the Columbia River. We're cutting over there. No, I guess we don't get to see the river. Okay. It's in that little gulch going along there. What you got, Claude? Board? Good board. Whee! We are going very fast. That's 140 knots indicated airspeed. And for those of you that can do math in your head, that's 140 times 1.15 miles per hour. Whee! And now, that hill where the dot is the landmark for the airport. So we start to slow down. Like I said, I like to try to land on the compass thing just as a challenge. I see no aircraft on the radar. The bottom GPS there with the circles. It's a 2-mile and 6-mile circle. Alright, and we're going to just peek around this hill and there's going to be an airport. Surprise! Airport. Sounds like the doorbell saw you.
Evidently did.
What's the windsock look like? Okay. We'll then go out over the orchard. And there's the compass that I like to try to land on. And then we'll make a turn. It's an apple orchard. Whoa. Hello, cars on the highway. Whoa. I don't think I'm going to make it to my intended target this time. Over. 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 Come on, we can go a little forward, can't we? A little forward. Okay. Not going to get close. So we'll put down right here. We didn't make it, Claude. The wind was a little more pushy than I thought. So now we will throttle down. And then wait for 1 minute from now. So when little hand gets to the 3 again, will be a minute. Pilots. Hi, Boo. See, the windsock is demonstrating that the wind is rather unfavorable for trying to hover when you're a me. And then we flip the idle stop switch for engine 1. Engine 1 shuts down. Engine 2. Engine 2 shuts down. That little needle is the rotor. Rotor. Let's cut off the fuel. And then stop the rotor from spinning with the lovely rotor brake lever. Whee! Well, stopped. Government off. Inverters off. Generators off. Battery relay off. Batteries off. That's it. Up and down. And I spend a whole lot of time flying up that valley and down that valley with FS Economy, which is a game you can play where the system generates jobs for airports and you fly the jobs from your airports. I don't know what that is because I'm blind, but it smells good. And,
The same thing I had earlier.
okay.
It's about all I could handle making for myself.
And
Really fucking nauseous. And I need some sort of strong flavor to get rid of it.
Yoshi. I didn't know I opened the side doors. Huh. I opened the side doors. It's really screwy the way this helicopter works for that kind of thing. Anyway, I will head out now and see y'all in the next video.
Just
Bye.
wanted to ask how long you left your flight.